Alright, folks. Tonight's a special one. Alright. We're going to get into quite a bit, but I got to put a disclaimer up because tonight's subject, I am a man. I am the man. I am simple, straightforward. My opinion means nothing. Okay. Now, tonight's subject is about women and how I figured things through, trying to develop a way to get through to women that I see are very special. Now, when I say special, there is a light inside all of us, okay? But I'm able at times to see it in certain women. And when I do, I automatically become hooked, attracted. And I've been doing these I wouldn't say scams. I'm more or less enjoying the fact that I am talking to these people that are trying to talk to me and to get me to do something that I might not want to do. All right. There are scams and there are people that are harmed in them. In the last episode, we dealt with it. But tonight's episode, I'm going to give you a little bit more of it. And the reason why I'm generally talking about women and how I believe they are 3 to 4 times more evolved than men. Okay? It's basically common sense history. Men protect and serve. Okay? The hunter gatherer to the farmer to civic leader, however you want to go with it. But women not only had to take care of the man and support him, but she also had to figure out ways for the family to survive. The mama bear, through hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, mama bear is the beginning foundation. The second one is puzzle solving. Because once groups started forming in tribes, however you want to say it or justify it, women had to adjust on the fly. So when they started grouping together, they started developing something that we use every day now. Work smarter, not harder. Okay? And now you can say that men what no, we did not. We were more focused on getting more for our families because we were understanding the group dynamics that were being set by the women. Okay, now fast forward to now. Women are being stepped on left and right. And it occurred, in my mind, when monotheism was introduced. When we went from philosophy and many deities to worship and support, when everything got tunneled into one specific God, and the men changed the rules completely. Now, later, I will let you know how it really happened. Okay? Hint, the Tibetan Mafia. Okay? But, we'll talk about that later. So, throughout this whole thing, I am a mentally ill 51-year-old man who is alone, lives with 2 cats, on Social Security. Alright, so I have no play money. So when I'm talking to all these beautiful pictures that are being sent to me in my messenger. Now, on a side note, I check my messenger a lot because I want to hear more from my podcast audience. Okay? Plus, I ask family and friends that I trust different questions about moving forward with what I'm doing. Okay? So if you're in that tight inner circle, I'm always going to answer you. All right. So back to the what's going on here. I'm getting left and right hit by all kinds of things. Now, what I have going for me throughout all this, and this is very important, I got Nita Strauss playing in the background. Now, the album that I have been looping and looping since I saw it on Facebook. Now, Nita is beautiful, and she is one of the most talented guitarists I have ever seen. I started listening to her music on the Facebook, on her page. And then I got on my Amazon, I got the Zigggy. I can't say his name out loud or it'll screw up what's going on. But I've got her on loop. Everything she's done that I can get on the Amazon. So Nita's music has been my foundation throughout all of this. Now, when you have my issues going on, and I'm basically the 2.0 version of the old cat lady, I have that inner, I don't know, primitive feeling of when an attractive woman shows me attention, boom, I want to know more. It hits you, and you'll be lying to yourself if you tell everybody that, no, that doesn't do nothing for me, I'm happy with bullshit. If you're honest with yourself, every individual out there loves the attention and sometimes needs it to survive. It depends on how you're wired. Okay? So I have a deep down love for being sought out, getting that attention, feeling good about myself. And then when I get that, I turn it around when I talk to whoever it is. Most of the time, I answer with an audio. Now, if I get a response back, great, okay? But if I get lost in it, I could go down a rabbit hole that I would have a very hard time getting out of. Okay, and a lot of people suffer that way with these scams. I'm sorry, I don't mean, like I said in the beginning, scams is a hard word. But Nita has kept me balanced. She's kept me grounded. Her music, as much as I've been listening to it, it puts me in mind of a group back in the day I really loved listening to is Children of Bodom. Alexei, a great composer, R.I.P. I mean, he was a major loss. Alright, and Nita's music, oh my lord, she has that same ability. Her music, it makes me feel like she is a composer. It has a flow to it that just gets you hooked. Now, I am on the phone with these beautiful women. I'm juggling 3, 4 at a time. Okay? Just because I can. Now, through the whole thing, I've got Nita playing. Well, a song came on that caught my ear right away, and I was like, okay. I halted everything, turned up my friend, and rewound, listened to it. Oh, it did not catch my eye, the name of the song. I was just fixated on my eyes closed and trying to figure out where it was coming from. Well, then I looked at the name, and it was the Mariana Trench. She actually has, I can't do it very well, but she's got a tribute on there to Death Clog named the Mariana Trench. Now, if anybody who's anybody in the metal world, you had to have had Metalocalypse going somewhere. All right, it was iconic. Okay, so I hear the Mariana Trench going. It's like, yeah. Then I noticed there's another song on there from my Highlander, the movie. If you ever watch the movie, Queen does a great song. Well, she does an instrumental of it. Listen to it. All right, so I've got Nita going. I'm talking to all these women. Then Tuesday night, my Turkish delight. She starts making me realize that inner light in the women that I want to surround myself with is so intoxicating. Okay, when I talk to her, everything falls into place in the universe because of that inner light. All right, now it also helps that she is that caramel colored, beautiful skin, great background, the Turkish Arabic background. I'm not talking about being a terrorist lover. No, I'm talking about the traditional, the ancient background. I'm so fascinated in that entire culture that it is a turn on for me. Okay? Now, a side note, and I hate doing this, but I have been watching the Kardashians. Now, I was told by a friend out there that if I want a good mapping of how to my name brand, all right, what I want to get out of my trademark, my name, who I am, being bipolar. So a friend of mine, she says, hey, what better way than watch the Kardashians develop into $1 billion business? I was like, oh, okay. So I looked it up on Google and all that. And okay, I start watching the Kardashians. Again, that beautiful skin with that background. Okay. And they're not bad looking to be honest, they're gorgeous. Okay. But I get through a first season and start off into the second. I realize Chloe has that light to me. Okay. Chloe seems to be that light, that inner light that shines and makes the rest of them look better. It's like a support system. So I'm learning, watching the Kardashians, getting turned on by Chloe. So, okay. Now, all this is going on. Back to the main subject at hand. Then we lose Tina Turner. Tina Turner. Okay. This woman, iconic legend. And after I heard, I immediately started watching Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. Because to me, not only was she representing a powerful woman, but she is a powerful woman. She is also a survivor of a very abusive relationship. She turned around. She is a role model for many of these women, like Nita or like Sophie Lloyd. If you ever get a chance, her music as well is awesome. Okay, and her guitar, I love it. Her guitar is an inspiration for creative musicians that can't play anymore, but can go off and branch off into the music world, designing better or making performances of others better. Okay? And this guitar inspires me to do more of what I want to do in my branding. I'm going to make some mental health crazy guitars. All right. And it'll be painting basically. But the thing is Sophie's got inspiration going on out there for women as well. Okay. So then I get inspired again. Liz Cheney needs to run for president. I say this again. Liz Cheney needs to run for president of the United States. Women are so evolved more than men can ever be. And I'm sorry, like in my disclaimer to guys out there, I'm talking my world, okay? Because apparently I can only see that inner light that attracts me in women. Now, don't get me wrong, Jason Momoa, Vin Diesel, The Rock, Kevin Hart, these are individuals that have that inner light in them, but it's not for me to see. I feel it in every performance, okay? And these are also caramel-colored individuals. Damn, there's my trend. I love me caramel color. My coffee, I have to have creamer. There's something sexy about that. Okay, all right. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going off course here, but I've got Nita in the background, so I'm straight out. Now, I gotta tell you too, when Nita did her Facebook and showing her bandmates walking around, she's practicing, doing work with the album, and she's letting her fans know what's going on. And that's when I fell in love with her. All right, her music, yeah, no problem. She's beautiful, yeah. And she has a workout program, right? Because this woman is so damn smart, it's not even funny, man. She has to be in shape for the work that she is doing. You've got to be 110% going into the music world, all right? Plain and simple. You're playing on stage, you're practicing off stage, you're writing, you're learning more and more about the guitar because it is never ending. Okay, you might believe you think you know everything about that instrument. Wrong. Okay, plain and simple. That's the beauty of the guitar, is there's always something new. Same with the bass. Same with the drums. And when you put all that together, you've got music. Plain and simple. I know it sounds dumbed down, but there are some really primitive minds out there that have no idea what gateways that music can open. All right? In the news, was it 7 or 8 of the seniors of a high school band all got scholarships to college to play in the band for the college. That is huge in anyone's life. When you want or need that education and you're using a God/given talent to get where you're going, bingo, you know? But see, I got sidetracked in that we went into a squirrel moment, ladies and gentlemen, because I got Mariana Trench playing in the background, and it gets me every time. Sorry. Woo! Now, I'm going to harp on a lot of things about women, especially with what I was doing this whole week, and talking to a lot of women throughout the entire world. I mean, I've got my fishy assassin out there. I love to talk to basically every day if I get a chance, you know. And there's also individuals I met through this week that I don't know if they are 12-year-old boys in a basement looking for attention. I know there are some what apps scams out there where they have business accounts, and as long as they're talking to you, they're getting paid for the minutes. So if they keep you going and keep you going, they're making money off of that. Now, I don't consider those scams, all right? Because I'm not losing any money, all right? And I'm getting attention. I don't know who they are, but I'm given a sexy picture of someone. And if I am attracted to that picture, then I'm going to find out further. And like I said before, I give an audio. Now, if they get past the audio and they're actually interested, okay, then you take it to the next level until you're comfortable. Well, I got a couple of them that at that level, they told me they loved me and wanted to come out here for a week and show me how they could take care of me. I blocked those right then and there. They don't know their profession and they're taking it too far. Okay? So, but if you can get past the last levels with me, then what basically happens is I am upfront and honest and I give you what I got, you know? So I enjoy the conversations, but I don't type them out. I've got issues with my hands and they hurt after a while doing it. So, my big fascination on women, it's hard to put into words. Alright, peeps. Now, there'll be more to come when it comes to women. But, now we got to get to the important part. Now, my total fixation on the Tibetan mob, I found some really exquisite stuff here, man. Okay, now we all know that the UFOs were duped. Okay, now the Tibetan Mafia and the Yetis, they created what we consider now monotheism, okay? Now, if you want me to dumb it down for you, simple. They made people believe in one person, God, whatever, in, weird ways. Now, dude, when they did that, they suppressed the female race, okay? Women everywhere. Now, they knew this was going to happen because the UFOs were trying to fight it. Alright, UFOs had their own people trying to fight the, suppression of the female. Because they knew that if the women really evolved, man, men would be useless. We would be like in breeding farms. Only the best looking, best powerful, sometimes submissive men, man, they would be like farmed out. They would be like prostitutes, but not paid, right? Yo, you got, okay, like Yetis and the Sasquatch. This is some powerful shit right here. They don't want women to be women, right? So they made up all this shit, and then the Catholic Church came into it. Dude, that really put a stumper in everything, man. So what I got so far is the little rabbits, the killer rabbits, man. They found themselves a Tony Stark among them. All right, now this is huge. All right, because now we have a problem. Tony Stark Rabbit is starting to make weapons. Now, in their mind, these weapons are meat tenderizers. They're little bombs in carrots, right? Now, when these carrots are thrown out, it's not, all they're doing is tenderizing the meat with a little bit of carrot flavor, man. You're already dead. Dude, they're just making a better meat. They're making you a gourmet bitch. So, with this in mind, they've already got what they need because of the mushroom pipeline, man. The shrooms are big now, and they're using it to distribute all this chaos. All because they didn't want women to evolve. That is the primary reason the Catholic Church got so powerful. Look, man, behind every great, powerful individual is a woman in the background taking care of all your bullshit. So, the Yeti and the Tibetan Mafia know this, man. They know all this. So, we have some issues going on that we need. Now, humans out there, you need to get a president that's already evolved, man. Okay? Now, we we lost it with Hillary, dude. All right? But that's Russia and China. They were like manipulating a few things. Well, that area of the world is heavily controlled by the Tibetan Mafia. What? That's right. Yo, peeps, it's out there. You just gotta find the documentation to prove it. Google it. You know? Now, all I gotta say is, I'm being watched, man. I have got all these beautiful women, and these women are throwing little pickles at me. Okay? Now, when they do, they're pulling that pickle out of the jar. It's a dill. Now, after it's pulled out of the jar, that's when you're in some serious trouble, man, because they got Tony Stark. And maybe you pull out that pickle and poof, you no more, man. All you are is dust in the wind, man. Alright, peeps. All in all, be careful, love life, enjoy yourselves. And to me, women are the essence of life. I can see the light inside of them by just feeling. And if I do, I'll talk to you more and trust you more. If you're willing to show your light to me as I am to you, then we could be far beyond any kind of friendship that you could understand. I want anyone who has that light to be able to feel free to show it. It's inspirational for people around you. It's the core of everything I believe in by paying it forward. People out there feel it, and when they do, they become attracted to it. You know, it's like a magnet. We need more of that positive energy, and we need to support anyone or anything that gives you that positive energy. So, this is Doobie Snacks, the Doobie. I'm out. Nita Strauss, thank you so much for everything. And your album, Pure Beauty. Controlled Chaos by Nita. Thank you guys. Love you. Bye.